story. That's the day I've gone on to glory. Lay out in the shade. That's all I wanna do. Find myself a cave and get lost in there with you. I don't care to wait. I just gotta get next to you. Let us find a place and do what we gotta do.
We are acting while black. I'm just acting, nigga. Yes, we are acting while black.
Say, motherfucker, it's acting while black.
Stay off the folks. Acting while black.
And he was telling me that, cause we talk. A friend of mine, Lakeisha, she was talking about, like she moved to LA for a minute, and she knows how in LA, man, people, they always sell themselves. They always like big up their greatness or whatever's good about them and shit. And you come here and we kind of more chill with it.
People real low key.
You know what I mean? And she was like, man, she wanted to come here with that vibe of no, you know what I mean? Like celebrate yourself, celebrate, you know, what's good about you, et cetera, et cetera. And then my dude Nicole Banks, you know Nicole, he's the actor too.
No.
He was on Queen Sugar. He Ralph Angel CEO.
You said Nicole?
Nicole, yeah, Nicole Banks. Nick.
I know people's faces.
Well, yeah, man. So he was chiming in too, and I brought up how like at a point I found myself I downplay my shit. Like, you know what I mean? I don't like. And there was a point in time specifically, like I wouldn't like say certain shit. I'll downplay certain shit. 'Cause I wouldn't want some of my fellow niggas that's actors and shit to feel no kind of way. Because, you know, it's like, you know, this game mental as fuck. Like you said, you got a possible friend of me. And like if y'all were not both actors, y'all probably would have no beef. Like, you know what I'm saying? But because there's something about you that she feels.
We have a past.
Oh, you have a past anyway. Well, but still part of it says something about you that she feels like you're in her way when she's in her way. And you know what I mean? So it got to a point where I was like, you could just feel. I could feel like sometimes I'm like, this happened, and you could see that, damn, this is affecting you negatively, or I can feel you're uncomfortable by my success. So I just would hide it. And he was like, man, fuck that, yo. Like he's like, dude, at the end of the day, you gotta just be the truest you. You feel me? If they can't handle it, then they can't be around. Because if you put blocks on yourself in your normal life like that, what you think you're gonna bring to your acting? You know what I mean? You created, because in your acting, you gotta be free. You gotta be free, and now you creating walls that weren't even there before. You know what I mean? And now when you move into certain roles, you're gonna be moving with those walls. He was like, dog, don't shrink yourself like that. He said, don't shrink yourself like that. And that just like hit me nicely. I was like, yeah.
Yes.
What's going on, man? You get chased?
No.
Hold on, it's hot. I'm sorry. This is not my door tripping. Come on.
It's so hot. Hello, my love. How are you? I haven't seen you in forever.
I do.
I'm all right.
Where you working? Where you living? What's your life? Talk to me.
Well, right now I work at an airline, and I also work at a university. I'm slowly transitioning out of the airline.
Which university? Doing what?
Office work, but for much more than I'm getting yeah.
Baby, let me upgrade you.
Thank you.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't help if you sitting up here and working at. You have a lot of hair.
It's been growing.
Like I said, you gonna have to give me your secret because as you can see, my name.
Braids. I braided all day and I'll let it out later.
He said, I'm gonna get the braids.
What braids? What? I can't get no braids. I don't get. What am I gonna braid? Scalp?
Get scalp.
All that scalp, you heard me?
Yeah, I already look like I got braids on my. The ball look don't work for me. Only because I got like ridges.
I feel like it
Abs
would work for
and
you.
full.
You just got to go all the way bald.
Yeah.
You got to just shave shit. You got to go
commit,
straight milk
and then people will
done.
accept.
Yep.
Right now, you look like you don't know what you want.
Uh-huh.
It's like you was just bald, but you grew it back.
And he was like, I don't know if I feel like shaving it today. And then the days went on and on.
Yeah. This role that I had called back for, I may just do that because the role is like, the best way I can explain it is Lex Luthor meets Billy Porter.
You get to be on some bad guy shit?
Yes.
Oh.
Crossing the fingers for this. This is a weird ass play.
Okay.
Real weird.
Yeah, dude.
The terms, first of all, it's called Harry and the Thief. So, haven't heard anything. Shout out to Kyrie. Because he's the one directing that over at Nola Project. So
They letting him. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Getting a directing shot. Get it in.
But all I know is it's the character description says mad scientist, then after that, big black queen.
So
I was like, God damn it, I'm doing this. I don't give a fuck what I got to do. I'm getting this role. I don't care. And
so you get to be an evil big black queen.
yeah, huh?
It's like Titus Burgess if he was a Marvel villain.
Yes!
Let's go.
I want that with everything in my soul and at least one of my kidneys.
Well, kidneys are on the table. Let's ride with it. You already know we already recording. You already know.
Of course we are.
So, welcome to Acting While Black. You hear me? This that actor guy, Martin Bats Bradford. You can find me on, you can Google a nigga, Martin Bats Bradford, you feel me? Find me on all your social media platforms at Mr. Bat, spelling Mr. out, or you ain't gonna find me. Or again, you could just Google me and then everything else come up. That's just a fascinating thing. I Googled our guest earlier and pictures came up and shit. We can Google people now, you hear me? And it's not even, you don't have to be like uber duper famous for it. You can just like Google a nigga. Ha, there I am, nigga. Yeah. But you gotta put the bats, because if you don't put the bats, I kind of come up and these other white men come up, these middle-aged weirdos and shit. So you gotta put Martin Bats
How do
Bradford.
you know that they're middle-aged weirdos?
They show their pictures too. And it's like some of the other Martin Bradfords of the world are like old white men. I don't know what it is. They're all old white men. They're like 40, 50-year-old white men.
Yeah.
I'm like the only one of me like me.
Yeah, I've learned that I have to specify the way my name is only because there is another Lawrence Weber in SAG and in Equity.
There's an actor there with your name already.
Yes, so I have to specify my name is Lawrence J. Weber Jr.
You got to put both the J's in that vid.
Yeah.
Listen,
Double J. Speaking of which, hi folks. I am Lawrence J. Weber Jr., your BlackActorPedia.
BlackActorPedia!
It's a thing that happens every time. I don't know why my phone's ringing, but they will call back. It's probably Sally Mae.
She'll be alright.
She will be alright.
She'll be good.
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr. I am Soulboy30. Check me out on Snapchat. That is LWeber584 if you still have it. And then check me out on ArrogantObserversRants.blogspot.com, where the cat is reading A Raisin in the Sun by Lorraine Hansberry.
Oh, okay. I live the answer.
The cat goes for the classics.
Cool. Go Raisin in the Sun. It was nobody.
It was Sally Mae.
See,
It was
that's
Sally Mae.
you called it. You
I
called
feel like it's my turn to introduce myself. May I do that, guys?
Hey,
Yes,
well, if you want to.
Okay, hi guys, my name is Trina. You can find me obviously on Google as Beth said, or you can get me on Instagram. My Instagram is at Trina Lafargue. It's TRINALAFARGUE.
There you go.
See, I was gonna like intro her in, but when the motherfucker just bounce out like
There you
that,
go.
you gotta let her ride the
I'm
wave.
just sitting in the middle of you guys
Bring
like,
forward.
where's my turn?
Hey, I was going
I
but
wanna
nope.
talk. No,
Come
no,
on,
no.
talk.
No, I want
Run
the
it.
drum roll. I
Nope,
want
run
the
it, Miss
drum roll.
Trina Lafargue. You hear me? How often do people fuck up your
Cyril.
name?
All the time. I'm Lafag, Lafart, Lafarge. They make it all fancy.
Surprise.
What I can't take is them calling me Katrina. As long as you don't call me Katrina, we good. Don't worry about the last name. We're good.
Why is they adding letters?
Because people usually go by Trina when they're named Katrina.
But,
Which is
nigga, I
hilarious.
wouldn't say just jump to the assumption that I'm just a cuh. I ain't never seen a cuh ever written nowhere near your shit.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Which is funny because I spelled out. This happens to me like all the time. I'll sit here and say this person's name, then when they show up, oh, you're that person. I didn't know you by your real name.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, Essence Weekend. So I pull a Fendi bag off the plane, and I was like, who does this belong to? Who does this belong to? Katrina Taylor. So I guess Katrina Taylor. It's like, wait a second.
Uh-oh.
Katrina Taylor.
Drop the beat.
Fendi bag. Let me Google for a second. I got Trina's
It's
bag.
the baddest bitch that you found, huh?
I got. Could somebody give Trina bag, please?
Give her back up, Fendi.
Please. It was a nice bag, damn it. Well,
I mean,
of course, she's the baddest.
like you
bitch.
said, this is Essence Weekend, so you're going to have all kind of people
Everybody has already started.
So-
It's already started.
And we already started, you know, Miss Trina LaFargue already done said her people, but before we get into what's going on, we're back, Acting While Black. Welcome to the show. This is the show where we have conversations with actors in the game,
Yes.
filmmakers in the game, writers in the game, comedians in the game, and we get their experiences and we just, talk some crap talk. And because like I always say, this is take 6. This is take 6. Feel me? And because I often say people always asking me, how do I get in the game? And the best way I feel like I could tell you is by talking to people I know and letting them tell you their experience, and you can learn off that stuff. But before we get into that stuff, yo, BlackActorPedia, you guys a Black Actor shout out this week.
Black Actor History Moment.
Black Actor History Moment.
I got a number for y'all today.
Okay, what's that?
Oh yeah, there's a cue in between that. You gonna fix it in the post. Anyway, shout out to a wonderful little television, very short-lived television show by the name of City of Angels. City of Angels, to date, is the only medical drama that features a predominantly black cast. It came out on CBS in 1999 and was on for 2 seasons until 2000 when it was canceled. Y'all, this show was black as fuck. So much so that Brian McKnight did the theme song in the second season.
Wow. Brian McKnight did theme
Brian
song.
McKnight did the theme song in the
Tiger
second
Lawrence.
season. You can actually pull it up. Yeah.
What's the name of it? You
It's-
say it's what? Will we look it up?
It's not even on YouTube.
It's not on
What?
YouTube?
Mm-mm.
Not even the theme song.
One episode. It's under Angels of Mercy. And like I
Angels.
said, that's that one.
Are we going to get the theme song from this?
Not the theme song that Brian McKnight did.
Oh
fuck.
man, that's what we want.
Yeah. Ooh.
Anyway, this show featured so many black people and was the first shows for so many black people. First off, it starred, here it is. I'll just...
This is a theme song for a TV show.
I'll just sing you the theme so you can overlap.
That's fine. So it's just hilarious to me that this does not sound like a song for a TV show. I'm sorry.
The lead, keep in mind, the leads of this show were Vivica Fox,
Damn.
Blair Underwood.
Damn.
And was the starting point, was the first on-screen roles for Hill Harper,
Okay.
Viola Davis,
Damn.
Maya Rudolph,
Damn.
Okay, looking at this tonight.
Harold Sylvester was also on the show.
Sylvester.
Gabrielle Union was on the show too. She showed up in the second season. This show was Harold Sylvester, who is of course a New Orleans actor from way back. Who else? T.E. Russell. there's a lot of black. There was Aldous Hodge.
Okay.
When he was like 16
He young,
years
man.
old.
That's young Aldous Hodge.
Octavia Spencer was also in the show.
Jesus Christ.
And what's driving me crazy, I have Googled the show for years. That one episode that shows up is the only episode I can find.
Period.
This show lasted for 2 seasons. It was the blackest to date. It's the only thing that comes close is Grey's Anatomy.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That's the only thing that comes close.
BlackActorPedia, ladies and gentlemen.
It is a really good show.
And for people, if it's your first time listening, the reason we call him the Black Actorpedia is for shit like that, as well as this man can name damn near every black actor. What's the ones you be saying? What's from who to who?
From Ira Aldridge to Sashir Zamata.
Whoever the fuck they are.
Right, I'm thinking like, oh.
He knows them. He
Yeah.
knows them all.
Ira Aldridge is like one of the most, like I said, one of the first like most popular black actors. And Sashir Zamata was like the 4th black actress on Saturday Night Live.
And he just says like, yeah, you know, sky's blue, ducks quack.
Yeah.
She's a maid.
Yeah.
Saturday Night Live, bitch. So let's get into the show, guys. That's our Blackish actor moment. You dig? Today we having this mug. She already let herself be known.
Trina LaFargue.
Trina
Hello.
LaFargue. Been in the game for how long, man?
11 years.
To say she's so young, that gotta be some shit. Like, I mean, let's just jump right into it. How did you get in the game, man? Because you said, okay, how did you start counting it? How do you start counting
I started counting it when I started actually pursuing acting, not film acting, but just acting in general.
So period.
Yeah.
All right.
So I started like a lot of people. I started in high school theater.
Gotcha.
It's like, where do I fit in? I don't fit in with like, you know, the jocks. I don't fit in with the girls who are all worried about their hair and their nails and what club they're going to that night. I don't fit in with like the nerds either. So one day during lunch, I was literally sitting different places with different groups, and I was like, okay, this isn't working. I started getting really down on myself. So I had a lot of social anxiety growing up. But then I went to this whole theater group meeting that was happening at lunchtime the next day. Fit in with everybody, felt comfortable as myself, even started joking around with people. I was like, okay, I can kind of dig this, you know? And then I auditioned for the first play, got in my first theater class, you know, and just went for it. And then eventually I got like a lead in the play, and that gave me some confidence. So I was like, okay, I can do this. I really want to do this. I want to see myself on TV. Nah, that's never going to happen. You're short. No one really like, you don't have a whole lot of friends. It's not that no one liked me. I was just kind of really quiet. So I decided to do this rap during a school mass. So for those of you who don't know what a mass is, it's basically church.
Some Catholic school shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Mass.
Okay.
And I got up there and I rapped because I was asked to by my theology professor.
Oh, so he just set you up all the way.
She was like, okay, I want you guys to write something, maybe a poem or a letter to God, you know.
Okay.
Or I want you to make, you know, maybe draw a picture of what you're feeling and what you want to say to him. And I was like, oh, this shit is dumb, you know what I mean? Like, this is mad corny. I'm not for it. I'm a high school junior. Like, I'm not doing this. So everybody had theirs done, and I was like, shit, okay. So I just started writing, and I was like, I'm going to write a poem. And I was like, I'm so bored with this. This should kind of rhyme. Hold up. Oh. Like, yeah. And I was like, holy shit. I was like, I could call Jesus Christ JC to make this rhyme, right? And then from there, it was just on and popping. So after I turned in the assignment, she was like, I want you to perform this next Thursday at, you know, the Mass Assembly. And I was like, think about it.
Yo.
And I did it. And that's when I really got, like, I don't know, like the true, genuine confidence to be like, okay, people like me. People don't know me, but they know me in a good light. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When they speak of me, it's positive. They're like, okay, she's brave or whatever. She's cool. But no one really knew me. I was just such an introvert.
And then there's something about, you ever seen that show Barry?
Yes.
All right, man. Remember the first episode? You heard of it?
I haven't. I know exactly what it's talking about. I just won a couple Emmys, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I just started, so I'm late to the party. I'm only halfway through the first season. But on the first episode, there's this moment where he's and for people that don't know, Barry's a show about this hitman that decides he wants to be an actor if he gets inspired in his theater class when he's trying to murder one of the people that's in the theater class. So he gets dragged on stage at a point to read opposite the motherfucker that he had to kill, honestly. And he gets applause for the first time. And he's this cat because he's like, why? He's tired of being a hitman. He's just at a point in life where you could just tell he's just over everything. He needs something new. But something about those people clapping for him and looking at him in that light gave him this rush to want to pursue it. And that's what that sounded like to me. Like you spit your rap and then the people started clapping like, yeah, we fucking with you. And it's like, yo.
Yeah. I was like, holy shit, I just did that and they clapping. I thought it was going to be like an awkward.
The golf clap?
clap
call.
And then like some stupid Facebook, posts that are about me passively. Yeah, that's what I expected. But no, I ended up getting.
I wrapped my head around that Facebook existed while you were in high school.
Don't make our guests feel young. Let's keep pushing.
No, it was weird. It was weird for us too.
Okay, well, as long as it's weird. We had IM. That's it. AOLIM at that.
Because Facebook started, I think, my freshman year of college. It was either my freshman or my sophomore. No, it's my freshman, 04. I'm dating myself. Keep moving.
Yeah. We're not gonna.
We're old.
I'm gonna cut that part out. As a matter of fact.
No, don't cut it. Okay. Well, anyway, yeah. So that applause pushed me, right? And I was like, all right. So I heard about this like modeling and acting school. The name of it is Barbizon. They have other things just like it, like John Casablancas and other schools.
John Rubber Powers too.
I'm not gonna get into that. Ooh. So. We're going to leave that on the back burner for now.
Sounds like story time off my side.
But anyway, started with Barbizon. It was like a 6-month program maybe. I went once a month. I had to dress in heels, tights, dress, the whole shebang. And they said they're going to teach us about modeling and acting. And there was this big agency we were going to audition for at the end. So I went throughout the school. I hated it. I was like, what am I doing? 70%.
Why'd you hate it?
Because I'm in stockings and heels learning about how to put on makeup.
Yo, that's why I quit NOCA, and that's one of my biggest regrets.
NOCA?
I was in NOCA when I was too young to be in NOCA, but they let me in because it was fuck with me. As a matter of fact, Ray was there. That's how Ray don't even probably remember this. When I first met Ray Frizzell, who wound up being my college professor. But I remember I'm like 13 or 12. And this is when, NOCA's a school now, New Orleans Center of Creative Arts. People that might be listening, it's not from here. But at the time, it was just this after-school program for, or you could do half day if you're in high school. And I'm in like middle school, and they only let you in high school. But I took this test early, and he was just fucking with me. So he's trying to so he let me go to this after-school thing to get me. So about 8th grade year, they'll just let me in by grandfather. But I remember I was there for a minute, and then after a couple of months, they were talking about everybody get tights. Everybody get tights, like ballet tights. And this is, I'm a 13, 12-year-old black boy from New Orleans. I'm nowhere near as evolved in my thinking at this point. So you telling me I gotta go get a goddamn fucking leotard? I quit. And I regret that, but that's what you made me think of.
That's why you quit.
Dude, I might want to dude, you already understand. It was a different time, yo. It was a different time. I was not feeling that.
I'm a rather evolved person, and I have a hard time with the tights, too.
I mean, I'm a damn woman, and I hate tights. So, so there it is, folks.
So you felt like you weren't learning? Because that's another thing, too, that gets frustrating, too. Why I personally got mad at myself for quitting NOCA, because I remember coming up, I was always in these camps, and I felt like I kept learning the same shit over and over and over and not learning new shit. Was it something like that, or was it just you wasn't not feeling how they were presenting it to you?
I felt like I was getting played. I was like, my mom paid all this money that she did not have to support me and invest in my acting dreams. Because, I got voted most likely to become famous. And that shit, after I had that confidence from that play, the lead in the play, that shit took me off. I was like, me? I don't even know you people.
What's the classic line? You like me. You really like me.
Oh, okay. And I still have that
feeling.
feeling.
Yeah. Mhm.
I still get that. Like, I still get that. Anytime I say I booked something and people DM me, I'm like, so many people are watching. Thank you. Didn't realize it.
Yeah, it's interesting when that comes up because shout out to Rachel. Yeah, Rachel Ridgway. 2013 directed a show at Dillard, and she was a freshman at the time, and I cast her, and she was like surprised because she was a freshman at the time. Maybe a year or two ago, she DM'd me on Instagram and thanked me for casting her in that show because I wasn't really up on myself, but casting me as a freshman was amazing. And as one of my other damn catchphrases, after the 5 minutes of crying, I was like, oh shit. People are still looking at you and doing what you're doing. So that gives you pressure, but also on the other hand, it also pushes you forward. Like, okay,
it's fuel.
I'm not the only one who is thinking about this dream. There are other people, but there are other people who are like, okay, they believe in you. So that's definitely fuel.
It is. It's a great feeling because you're like, okay, you're kind of experiencing my journey with me, and I had no idea. Like, I didn't even think about you thinking about me, and here you are telling me, like, you can do this, or thank you for casting me, or something like that. Yeah, and I can think back to a lot of people who I can say thank you for casting me right now. And
but not this school, apparently, because they was on fuck shit.
Hell no, fuck Barbizon. Okay, so I probably should not be saying that right now, but guys, if you're listening and you're thinking about getting into acting and you're thinking about paying thousands of dollars to get with one of these schools, it's unnecessary. Find you someone who's in the industry who can, give you a few tips. Hopefully, if they're nice enough to do so. Okay. Hello, me at Trina LaFargue on Instagram.
We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into it.
But yeah, Barbizon did a number on me. But luckily, I graduated from Barbizon. They taught me how to do makeup and walk the runway.
So it's model shit, man.
Right, like I was gonna be a fashion model. Like even 50% of us were going to be a fashion model. We were so short and
so
but there's hope for everybody.
Yes,
you can do print. I was like, I can do print. It'll be fine. Didn't learn any acting. They had one class where they were like, okay, we're going to do acting today, right? They lined us up and one by one we had to get on the runway, stand there still, and take pictures, but with different emotions.
Wait, what?
You're worried. You're scared. You're happy. You're tired. Like
Wait,
that.
what?
I still have the pictures printed out. It's a grid they printed out in black and white.
Damn.
And then they have they don't even have it labeled actually. But they made us pick which ones were which.
That was a thing at a certain point. Black and white headshot.
Like any film was gonna be shooting you in black and white like that.
Anymore. Right. It's a classic look, I guess. But yeah, that was my acting episode with them. Right, exactly. So anyway, I graduated and they sent us some shit in the mail later on. And it was like, we're accepting all Barbizon graduates to come to this huge competition. It's an IMTA competition. You can win, this trip to LA to perform and walk the runway in front of even bigger agents and more people. And it's just this, you can win money. It was just this huge, treat dangling in front of your face.
Trip to LA always worries me. It just reminds me of Coco and Fame getting inappropriately assaulted. No, I don't. It just worries me. Maybe it's just me.
What?
Films will really traumatize you. You gotta use this system. So because that happened in Fame, whenever you hear that phrase,
no, actually,
free trip to LA, your mind goes to just dangerous places.
Well, no, because first of all, that's another thing. Watch Fame. Fame is a really good movie. Not the 2009 one, actual 1980 one. Please don't watch the 2009 one. It was bad. It was awful. Anyway, but
he made another Fame. I thought it was a TV show. I thought it was a series.
Terrible.
It was.
Yeah, it was a series, right?
It was a movie first.
They made an 09 movie and an 09 series?
Yeah.
Well, no. I'll explain this. They made a 1980s movie.
Yeah, that's the classic one.
Hardcore.
Debbie Allen, what's your name?
Yeah, huh? She was only like
Oh,
one scene.
No, but what did she like do a lot of
She
dance
did.
choreography for it, right?
She did the show that ran for like 7 years.
Oh
a
yeah, it
year
was.
after
But that's a
that.
classic show too, though.
Yeah.
The old school show was a classic.
And then they did another show in the late 90s called Fame LA.
Didn't know.
Awful. you don't need to know it. Then in 2009, she played the principal in the Fame remake.
Didn't know it.
It also sucked.
Oh.
Yeah, it was bad. Just because they tried to actually remake everything. But the movie is like really hardcore because they show, they all these kids who want fame, but they show you like the really dark moments, like people like ODing and like contemplating suicide, and of course Coco's thing where she went to this audition and the dude made her take her top off.
Damn.
Yeah, so like I said, anytime I hear trip to LA or we're gonna make you a star, I just imagine poor Irene Cara topless and crying in front of a bad camcorder. Like, so just saying, casting couch is real. Hashtag me too.
So Trina, what was your story though? Maybe yours can lighten up his trauma.
It gets dark.
Yeah, so they were talking free trip to LA.
Oh God, where was I?
I broke the gas. I'm sorry. I broke
I'm
the gas.
malfunctioning. There's smoke coming out my ears, y'all. Okay, so yeah, they offered you all that. We didn't have the money though. It was like maybe $800 just to submit yourself. That's how they get.
What?
That's how they get you. I paid way more for the classes, but this was just the competition. And then that bitch was all the way in Alabama.
Fuck.
All the way in Alabama.
What's
I had to
going
drive all the way to Alabama.
What was going on in motherfucking Alabama
I don't
acting wise? I've never
know.
thought of
Ever
Alabama.
going on.
Right.
I
I
don't
never
know.
thought of acting in Alabama.
I
Okay.
don't
Racism in
know.
Alabama.
All right, girl. We'll
It
keep
felt
running.
pretty racist. So my parents were like, let me drop this real quick. So my mom was like, you really want to do this? Like, Trina, are you sure? Are you going to really put everything in? I was like, Mom, yeah. Like, this is my only chance. I don't know what to do. I don't know who to talk to. I don't know how to get auditions. I don't know how to become an extra. I don't know how to do any of this. I just see people on TV being other people, and I want to be a person being another person. So she was like, okay, we're going to figure it out. I still, to this day, haven't asked her how she made that work, but she got the money for that, got the money for the travel. Me, her, and my dad just packed up, got in his truck, and we drove all the way to Alabama, and I did it. And I'm just so thankful, like, looking back for having parents like that who support me.
Absolutely.
Some people have no support. Some people have a full family who doesn't believe them or in them or doesn't care, or who don't have family or any friends to support them. So
Sometimes when it comes to parents, it's interesting only because sometimes they're not as much not willing to support you as they're afraid for you. And that's the one thing I had to deal with my parents. They're like, you sure you want to do theater? You're going to be broke most of the time. You're going to be going from job to job. There's very little, there's not a lot of job security. Oh, you feel that way about it? All right, we got you.
Yeah.
And like I said, I can't, how do I say this nicely? I cannot say that I'm in a show and they're like, oh, so we'll be there opening night. Well, we'll be there opening night.
Yeah, they ride
It
with
was
you.
like, but are you, no, we'll be, did you hear me? So I'm going to need a ticket for Friday.
I mean, but you let them know how serious you were over years' time. And so they had to,
this is the thing.
it just had to be the
And
deal.
she's like, okay, so we're going to be going now.
Because my situation is very similar to Trina, whereas my family always, because I always wanted to be an actor. I mean, like when I was like 6 years old, first church play, I wanted to be an actor. So they always supported it, but we didn't know what to do. You know what I mean? So I found myself in classes and camps forever, but not knowing how you get in the industry. So I see how you can even get pulled into that type of shit just off of lack of information and
People
ignorance.
just selling you dreams left and right. I mean, you could turn on the radio and they're like, we got a Disney audition.
Right,
We're
right,
accepting. And you go there and it's like, I went as a kid with me and my brother. I always wanted to perform. I didn't know acting until like high school, but I went on this Disney audition with my brother. And it costed money. And it was like hundreds of people there. So many kids. It took hours to get out that thing. And then when we finally did, we got a letter a few weeks later saying they were interested in my brother. But they would have to pay more. My parents would have to pay more for his next audition. Damn. So that's how they get you. It's like they preying on young dreamers, and the parents are just parents. Like giving out the money. Like, well,
nobody knows. Because the game is very mysterious. Like, you know it once you pursue it, but other than that, it's not like people out here explaining it. So many people have this false idea of what we do, how we got where we got. All of it is like this false.
And a lot of people feed off of that ignorance.
Yeah.
A lot of people
think I'm rich.
Dude, they'll see you on TV once and think you're famous.
You famous, you rich,
yeah.
You got everything. Like, it's like, if only you knew how this works.
Bruh.
Let me share this with you. No, that's okay. I'm going to just look out for your next movie. Okay, all right.
And they feel like you only made it if they see you on TV. Otherwise, you're not real. I remember recently there was a round table. I forget if it was Chadwick Boseman or Mahershala Ali. But one of them brought up the fact of people understand that this is really like a 9-to-5 type of gig in a way, because you go there, you work these long hours. When it's over, it's over. It's not as glamorous as people. We have fun because we're passionate about it, and whoop-de-woo. But people, it's not what they think. I don't know how many ways to phrase it. It's like it's not what you expect or what you dream it to be.
You're definitely not the most important thing on the set.
Thank you.
Don't think you will be unless you're like up there.
Unless you're the person.
Other than that, you are extremely interchangeable at any moment.
Yeah.
Don't fuck up.
I mean,
please don't. Fuck
and
up.
people don't even take in that it's a freaking director's medium and a producer's game. The actors many times are just pawns in it. Like we're just window dressing to their vision. Many times, like in theater, you get at least more of a feeling of importance. Like you really feel in theater. Like, man, if I don't show up tomorrow, y'all gonna be fucked. You know what I mean? Like, you really are important. But no, in film, it's like, you don't show up tomorrow. You know what I mean?
We'll find somebody else.
We had 3 of yous that we were looking at already. We don't care unless you're on. But that's the aspect of it I don't think about, because, when you come in there prepared and you ready to kill it, man, you ain't even thinking about that part. But that part is real for people, like certain people that's been in the news that have taken this game for granted and not gotten that and kicking the ass over it. I can't get into that topic because I'm going to turn it red and shit. But people who know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That nigga.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
It's what it is at this point.
Throw a question to you, Lawrence, man.
It is what it is.
No, wait, hold up. Wait, pause. We're not finished, so come on. Continue. We got to get your journey into the game. So
oh, my gosh.
You've been fucked as a kid. So
yes.
what got you in the adult frame of mind as you moved into?
I walked that damn runway. We got to say a little commercial, right? It was like a minute and a half, and I wrote my own. Everyone did CoverGirl or some kind of makeup shit or hair, whatever. And I wrote mine because I was going crazy. Like, I was like, I don't like any of these, Mom. And she was like, you'll find it. So I wrote one. It was late, and I was tired, and I heard my dad snoring. And every night, like, if I don't go to bed before him, it's hard to sleep. And I'm like, keep in mind, I'm like 2 or 3 doors down the hall with our doors shut, and I can hear him snoring. That would drive me nuts. So I wrote a commercial.
How old are you here?
Right out of high school, 17.
Okay.
I wrote a commercial on duct tape. I led it up to this big deal, and at the end I announced that it was duct tape, and it was all about like helping snoring for older men, and like it was all serious. And I dropped the bomb, and I was like, and I named it. I was like, Trina's Magic Duct Tape. Everybody bust out laughing. I was like, yeah, they feeling me, yeah. So after I got off the runway, I was nervous because that's when you find out if any agents want you, and 6 of them did, but only 1 was in NOLA, where I was from. So I've been with her ever since. Her name is Tasha Mills. She's with Talent Connection Agency. It felt like a family. She has a really small agency, so it's easy to like feel close to people. So it's cool. But I've been with her ever since, and I've been, riding my career with Tasha, like right behind me, pushing me. So that's good. It's good to have an agent like who cares about you.
Right. So
that's a plus. But yeah, like I went to different acting schools. I got ripped off with headshots. paying $500 for 2 shots, and they were like terrible. Like you can't call them a headshot. Like I was getting laughed at.
And a lot of people don't know what a good headshot is.
I've literally walked in a casting room and they were like, "Who's this? This isn't you."
Oh.
And I was like, "Oh, no, that's me." And I took it as a compliment. I'm like, "Oh, she thinks I'm pretty, right?" I'm like, "No, this isn't you. Your hair is not straight. What is all this makeup? You look totally different. This is not the person I called in."
Right.
So that was a hit in the face. It was this Hammond audition for some scary movie.
Speak to that for a second. What makes a good headshot?
Oh, you want me to just put it out there?
I mean, this is what the podcast is for, man. That's what it's
I'm
for.
just kidding. What makes a good headshot is being drawn in by the eyes over anything. I feel like that's the main thing you want to work on your end, not the photographer's end. He has work to do on his own to make this headshot good, which is why you need someone who does acting headshots and not just
Don't take pictures.
headshots. Because
Glamour
like
shots.
Glamour shots.
some people
Not
call
only
glamour
nails.
shots of just like, you know, shoulders up or breasts up or whatever headshots. Some just do. Or they just crop it. That's a thing. That's a thing. I learned that paying $250 to another photographer.
Ooh.
That cropping shit is a thing. He came and took him in my house. No lighting, just his camera. In my like dimly lit living room.
Wait, what?
Yeah. $250. I'm telling you, thousands of dollars.
That's gonna be like the quote for the show, because I said it like 700 times at this point. Wait, what?
What? Yes.
My
$250.
broke soul is hurt. My broke soul is hurt.
But that's the thing. It goes back into what we were saying earlier about how a lot of people don't know the game,
I love
and
you.
you can be hustled easily because who's out here just telling you this is what needs to be a headshot? No, people will take advantage. One of the other key things about a good headshot is it has to look like you. Just that simple. Like
Ladies, don't beat your face to the point of crazy.
And don't wear distracting earrings or jewelry at all. You want to be the main focus.
your face.
And you can't just be over there blank face like, I'm pretty enough. No, you better be in character, girl.
Something.
You taking commercial shots, you better look inviting and warm and happy, and you better have a character in your mind with a backstory too. Hello. And then you have your dramatic shots. Like I have this like detective. In my head I look like a detective. Most people I probably look like a 19-year-old college student. But in my head I'm a detective. And I made up a whole backstory for the woman and I just gave it to the camera. And we got it like that. Like I did headshots within 5 minutes. Once I learned how to get the proper photographer,
Right.
of course. But I kind of feel like I'm making all my money back now from all the bullshit that I went through being scammed.
Well, I mean, that's the way it's supposed to be. Come back in the cycle. You got to go through the experience so you could warn others.
And it's not just like a 9 to 5, because a 9 to 5, you just make money. You give time. This, you give time, money, you give your soul.
Your entire soul.
Could still get screwed.
Your entire soul. And she just gave y'all a trick when it comes to taking pictures, when it comes to taking headshots. Some people get in front of the camera and they freeze up and they're like, what do I do with my face? And
You're so close.
You hear me? And you know, because that's the thing. I'm not a person like I don't feel comfortable taking pictures all the time when other people are taking them. I can take my own and feel good. You hear me? But when other people are taking pictures, sometimes I can get in my head. So a trick like that of have characters already in your mind, have thought like already like laid out, then you could go to that character in your head and whether it's going to give the camera something. And it goes back to what she said in the beginning about that will give a certain impact too when someone looks at you. Oh, I don't know what I'm looking at. Like you said, you're a detective in your mind now. Anyone else gonna look at you and see whatever else, but at least they still see a character. They still see intent, and that was the point. You feel me? So hell yeah.
Because shout out to Marty, because he's been doing my headshots for almost a decade now.
Marty, what's your app?
And like I said, Marty will tell you, I do the absolute most when I'm retaking headshots.
Yes.
Weird, awkward, light, eyes up, eyes down. And I'll take like 50, 60, 70 of them. Where you're like, okay, this will work. This will work. This looks like I'm not crazy.
And this one look like I'm crazy, so I'm gonna keep this too.
So sometimes you gotta keep them. Sometimes you gotta keep them. Like I said, and it helps if you know a friend that is a photographer and is a good photographer, because Marty is a damn good photographer. But like I said, you don't get screwed.
And,
I think that's the title. Don't get screwed.
And find that killer neutral. Like I call it the killer neutral because it's the freaking headshot you're gonna use the most. You heard me? Is the one that is just, I don't know what else to call it. Because you're not smiling, but you're not giving them the hardest face.
Yep,
It's
that's my neutral.
This killer neutral look. Because I remember once one of my friends came to me with his headshots, and all of them he was smiling. And I'm like, dude, this is not going to be the headshot that you use all the time, son. You got to find that killer neutral where, you know, you can be a bunch of different things.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Hold up. It's I'm finding mine somewhere.
You look for your headshot?
You're damn right I am.
But I like what you said. You're like, I have all these different shots. Yes.
Yes.
Neutral.
Killer neutral. Killer neutral. You feel me? You could be a few things come to mind. Like
There
you
you
could
go.
be.
Shout out to me and Gumbo Monsters makeup nigga because I did my own. Didn't look crazy.
L-Double threw the question at you, man.
I don't know where my makeup skills went. Barbizon taught me so much, and you know, guys, I just wasn't.
I think you just blocked them mentally because you have emotional trauma towards that.
Yeah.
So everything about it.
It just kind of trace my eyes with eyeliner and go now. That's all it is.
Here's what I'll ask. For those of you who have not seen the any one of our what is it called? Our Instagrams. What was I saying?
Oh my God, he's high.
Damn it. Anyway, for those of you who have not seen her, Trina is trying not to go the colors right, but Trina is
Racially ambiguous. That's what they use in the game right now.
Yeah.
She looks
that's
racially
actually
ambiguous.
I want to talk to you about. Does it get frustrating when people ask you to come in for, because you can be any number of things. You can be a Muslim girl, you can be Latina, you can be black, you can, and does it ever come to you like, okay, y'all are being inappropriate right now, or this is not what tell us about the struggles of this
racial
ambiguity.
Well, it's weird sitting in a room full of white girls, I'll tell you that much. And I'm just looking around like, the one that they chose to experiment on. Cool, gotta make it work.
There you go.
And then they're like the roles that are like the last crazy role I went out for was this lady in her 30s, which is one absurd. If you see me, I'm like 3'2" and play a lot of kid roles. So that was weird. I was like, okay, they're giving me a chance. I can look older and more mature. All right. Kept reading. This woman is also highly overweight. She has an eating problem. And a kid she's running after. I'm like, all right. This is a few years ago. I'm like, all right, okay. Should I even accept this? Like, do you accept stuff like that? But then I watched this video, this interview with Michael B. Jordan. And like, he said he went out for everything. Mm-hmm. He's like, I submit myself for any and everything. Mm-hmm. And what they call me in for, what I get a chance with, I just do. And I was like, all right.
Casting director told me that because what you just said is real shit. When you said I'm the one they chose to experiment on, they do that shit. Casting director straight told me to my face that, Martin, sometimes we just call you in just to give them something completely different, and because they might go with that shit.
Yes.
So you never know what you might present to them.
They know what they want.
I recently got called in for a white cop. Because they were trying not to look so stereotypical with the parts and what was going on. So they're like, well, let's give him a black girl instead for a white guy. I didn't get the role. I worked my ass off for that fucking role.
But they gave you an opportunity, though.
They gave me an opportunity. And I shot for 2 days for a few hours, which is a mistake. If you ever shoot on tape, don't keep going. Like, take a break.
I tell people, you need to do don't go over 5. Try to stay within 3.
But they give you, like, a day and a half to get your tape in.
I understand. I'm trying to tell people don't go over 5. Try to stay within 3 because here's the deal. Here's the fuckery that you just have to keep understanding. You have a representation. You've been booked before. That means that you're good. That means that you're worthy. That means any take you give them technically is gonna be good.
Yes.
So it means if you do 12, you're fucking yourself because you have 12 good takes and every one of them have something slightly different that you like.
Preach.
And now you don't know what to do. Then what you gonna do? You're gonna go back again and try to take all the shit you like and put it in one take, and then you wind up doing 3 more.
Yes.
No, don't do it to yourself. Trust that you're worthy. You're good.
I'm like
You
really
can do 5.
soaking this in.
Do 5 at max. At max, yo. Because I'm telling you, dog, within that 5, 3 are really good. And I remember one actor told me this as a great bit of advice, man. He said, dude, like, he might just do 2 and just send it in because at the end of the day, they have to also understand what they're getting is in this fin. They know this is not the finished form.
This isn't authentic. You know what I mean? I'm not talking to anyone, really. I'm not in my character outfit. I'm not in my wardrobe. I'm not in my setting.
The final form.
Like, it takes so much imagination to act as it is, and then you want me to add that in this brightly hot lit room because usually people turn off the air to not get the sound. Yeah, you don't want to hear that. So you up in there sweating, trying to look all. I'm sitting there powdering myself like crazy every 2 seconds in between takes. And these lights on you, if there's camera in your face, and you're imagining all this stuff, and it's exhausting.
It can be. This whole game is mental. Every piece of this game is mental.
Like, you gotta be right in the head, or you will get fucked up trying to like mentally exhaust yourself with a role that's emotional. Like, it's hard to audition doing that.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, taking yourself there and then having to come back and then get yourself there again. Like, I've had to, like, completely just go to sleep on one. I was like, okay, I did 2 takes. I'm going to see you tomorrow. I can't anymore. Like, I need to lay down.
And
I need
sometimes
to think
you
about
need
some
to do
shit.
that. Yeah. I mean, sometimes you really need to just turn it off. Turn it the hell off. Do you go places? Do you ever go into all the auditions? You feel like you see like 3 of you? Or is it mostly in this current market, you're the only one that looks like you?
Oh shit! Because I had 2. I had 2 at this callback. I was like, oh fuck.
Oh, you saw 2 of you?
I was like, oh, fuck. And that one's got a lot of hair.
Beware.
Damn it.
Beware.
It was like, yeah, hair. Shit. Okay.
Oh.
Balls to the wall. Let's do this. Let's fucking do this. And kept doing it.
That's all you can do.
That's all you can do.
That's all you can do. Well, guys, I think that we should talk about...
No, you didn't answer my question first.
What? I have a whole topic of discussion.
No, I'm a kid. No, we're going to see a topic, legit.
What is it?
But I'm just asking, like, when you go on auditions, how does it feel?
Oh, man.
About the cattle
okay,
call?
all right, fine. I don't see a whole lot of people who look like me, but I know who's in my category. So when I see those women, it's the same feeling almost.
What?
Almost. Listen, like, you like, okay, I know they're going out for my role. I know we're similar. I know this person personally, so I know we kind of have similar traits and personalities. So it's like, okay, cool. You got to do your best. And that's all you can do. And then when you walk out that room, you just got to forget about it.
Do you find yourself audition for the same shit?
What
Type
you
of
mean?
type of roles?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's always okay. It's always teenagers. Usually within high school or college, and they usually are boy crazy or sassy or spunky. I guess because I'm kind of spunky, but yeah, and I get called in a lot by the same director, so they kind of know me. They know what they call me in for. That's
the beauty of having a good relationship with the casting directors that trust you. Because some people, we gotta remember this. Sometimes I forget this. Some people aren't getting called in at all, even though they're on these people's rosters. So it's the opportunities always be met with love. Now to your topic, what were you about to say before I cut you off?
All these people are coming to me, right, and they're like, "Can I be an actor? Do you think I have what it takes? I don't think I have the look. My mom doesn't believe in me." I just want to say something. I just want to say, film is a representation of life, just like art is. Mm-hmm. It's what it is, and life ain't always glamorous. Life ain't always hideous. Life is just sometimes normal. So if you feel like you look normal because you don't have the look, you're not super, like weird looking to stand out for some character, or you're not amazingly drop dead gorgeous or fit or in shape, film needs you. They need you more than anything because most of life is that way. And I've experienced that. I've been told that by casting directors, and they're like, "Man, we need more normal-looking people. Everyone's getting all in shape." I was talking to Bass about that earlier because he's getting all in shape or whatever for his acting career.
But that goes into
Especially
types.
when you follow this Negro on Instagram.
Yes, Lord. Y'all, if y'all want
See, that
fitness
was the main
motivation,
reason
follow.
why I dress at home. I'm not going into the damn locker room because it's gonna be 15 niggas in front of the mirror. Like
Flexing.
God damn it.
Flexing.
Okay, you know what?
I'm
gonna
gonna
shower and
now.
fuck all y'all.
I'm gonna say this as a sidebar before I get back to the topic that Trina was talking about. I announced this on my social media that if I ever start getting fit, I was not going to be modest. That I was going to be naked a lot.
Oh, he warned us.
I said it.
He did warn
I
us.
said I was going to be naked, and I be naked, and I love being
And
naked.
I be naked.
You heard me? Shouts out to Tommy Pickles. We on hashtag Nikki. So we've spoken to this a lot of times on this podcast about how it's not always about being pretty to be in the game. When someone
Yes.
says someone is eye catching, they don't. It does not always mean beauty.
Right.
You feel me? Sometimes look, some of the most unique looking motherfuckers in the game are some of the most longevity having ass motherfuckers in
Yup.
the game because they what you needed. Because at times the pretty people, quote unquote, unless you become that part of that top 1 or 2 percentile of actors as like megastars, they will just typecast you into the freaking mud. You feel me? But it's the people that, like you said, Trina, the people that are quote unquote normal looking. Because I don't know a better way to put it, but it's the ones that they don't think have that Hollywood
But
aesthetic.
don't always stand out super, like in your head and by society standards.
You can be put in almost any character.
Very
We
true.
can make you a cop. We can make you a villain. We can make you a good guy. We can do anything with you because sometimes when you're super freaking gorgeous, people come with what they think of you as soon as they see you. Their own expectations. Whether they're gonna put you as the beautiful bad guy or the beautiful good guy, you're gonna come with some baggage. When you're more neutral looking, you don't come with baggage.
And
Which
you can
means you
al-
have more role opportunities.
True.
Right. And you can always, I feel like everyone will probably experience either being too good looking or not good looking enough for a role. Everybody.
That's the game.
Everybody.
Like, that's just what it is.
And you will be in your head on which one, because sometimes it'll be both. One role you'll be too good looking, the next role you weren't good looking enough, and you like,
Next role, you're not tall enough. Next role, the other person had better chemistry with the main person they cast. It can be a number of reasons. It's not your acting.
Most times it's not your acting, unless you suck.
I've had directors actually tell me that. It's like, there's more into it than just your look. If you are really good and then I cast 6 people as this and you're supposed to be the dad for these 6 people and you look nothing like them. You're 2 inches shorter than the mom.
That's happened to me before too.
Yeah,
They wanted to cast me, but I didn't look like none of the other actors. That was supposed to be my family.
So when it comes down to it, do your best, then walk off and be good.
But you gotta want it, cause here's the other side of it too. Cause I hate when people ask me if they have it. Do you have it? You create that story for yourself. I can't, cause I spoke about this on the podcast before when a friend of mine asked me should they do it, and I'm like, dog, I go through too many ups and downs to send you on this mission. You gotta want it.
And
you
if
have
you
to want
don't do it because it hurts and it fucks you up over time, unless
it
you grow
really
that
does.
thick skin, which you must to keep going. Because most people who get torn down, they get torn down and they quit. Or they just acting, they still acting, but they quit. They
Yeah.
gave up on themselves, but they're still going to auditions.
Just
They
'cause.
still just because they want to keep that ego up, that appearance, that
Even though
persona.
they hate it.
They hate it. They
But
give
it's
up.
also a beautiful thing when you have the ups and downs. My dude, shouts out to my dude, Jaron Mitchell. He was the first guest we ever had on here. And he told me when I first got in the game, he was like, Bats, because he had his agent a year before me. He was like, dude, this game is peaks and valleys, dog. Sometimes you have the momentum, you're going to be killing it. Other times you're going to be in that valley, you're going to just keep yourself together. And that always stuck with me because that's exactly what this is. And let's get to some of your peaks. Girl, you were just on a movie, 5 Feet Apart. Tell me about that experience. Yeah, you. Tell me about that experience.
It was weird, y'all. Was weird.
That's on Blu-ray right now, right?
Yes.
I'm saying that because that you gonna get residuals. People buy that shit, watch that shit, get some residuals from
I
my girl.
just got a residual.
See what I'm saying? Residuals save lives, ladies and gentlemen.
What's weird is that this movie was either starting off as or was supposed to be a low budget film. And they pulled this shit off. When I tell you, like, within a few weeks, they were talking about an $80 million profit. I was like, what? And it's going, like, internationally. I'm just waiting for more residuals at this point.
Right.
But it was amazing. I mean, I didn't expect it to be what it was, and that's the beauty in it. But doing it, being a part of it, like, it's gonna forever be a memory with me. It's gonna like sit with me in my heart. I'm just gonna visit it whenever I can because it makes me happy just thinking about it. I mean, I work right now in the same setting where it was filmed. So I'm walking the halls and I'm just like reminiscing all day. I'm like, wow, I was in this world. Not this movie happened, but this world between these two lovers who, you know, brought on this amazing story. Shout out to Haley Lou Richardson and Cole Sprouse. Y'all two killed the game. I don't know if y'all know who those people are. Haley Lou Richardson, Cole Sprouse. Go look them up.
Man, Zach and motherfucking Cody.
Yeah! Cole plays one of them. Zach or Cody. I don't know
Zach
which
motherfucking
one.
Cody. That's when I saw that dude. I was like, oh, Trina in the movie with the dude, one of the Zach and Cody twins. All right.
I was like, oh, I'm in a movie with Jughead. Cool.
Dude, because I'll just say this, dude. I think to me, like, I've been in movies with superstars. I've been in movies with regular motherfuckers. And the ones that usually get me are the ones that I grew up just watching on regular shit most times. Like, you know what I mean? If I watched you on Living Single, shouts out to Roxy. She just took a picture with Kim Coles. And like, if I would have read one of them from Living Single, I used to watch Living Single with my mom all the time. I'd have flipped out because I'm like, oh, we are living. Oh, I mean too. But like, but certain other people that you would think I would flip out for, I don't, because it's not the same thing. So I know you used to watch this cat on Disney. Now you in the fucking film with the man. It's like, oh shit.
And he was in Big Daddy with Adam Sandler, and I love that movie.
That is him.
I love that. They both played. They like switched.
Yo, I never put that two together.
That's fucking him, man.
Yo, good shit, man. Getting it in.
But yeah, I've had that feeling before. Like I met Uncle Phil from The Fresh Prince.
Yo.
He was just riding around in his scooter. I think he's handicapped now.
He's dead now.
Oh.
He passed away.
Yeah.
I think 2014.
Yeah, Uncle Phil dead, yo.
Is it 2019 now? Jesus.
Oh, you ain't listen
Where
to
have
none
I
of J. Cole
been?
music? First off, rest in
J.
peace,
Cole.
Uncle Phil.
Okay.
For
All right,
real.
guys. We're gonna move past this line moment really fast. Shoot. We're past. All right, cool. Anyway, man, he zoomed past on his
Girl,
little
did you
scooter.
just get dads because you was in a movie with Carl Winslow? She get all the TV
I was
dads.
gonna get to that
Sorry.
because Big Guy is the shit. First of all, but
Yo.
Carl is like such a, I don't know, he's such a jolly guy.
Reginald
He's jolly.
John.
Reginald
We're
is
sorry,
jolly.
BlackActorPedia.
Like, I want him to be Santa.
You want to be
I want
Santa?
him to be Santa. Yes. He's so jolly. Like he was just so happy. Like on, off set, late hours, long hours. He remained consistently just happy with himself. And those people, you can catch that energy from. And it's like, all right, I've had some of that. I want more of that. I need to figure out how to get there. But Uncle Phil, he was just zoom, zoom, zoom. I was like, hey, nice to meet you. Zoom, zoom, zoom. I was like, okay. Good to meet you, Uncle Phil. Then I met what is it? Is it Alfonso or Alonzo? The Carlton
Alfonso
Rivera.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was doing some extra work when I first began. My agent, she was like, okay, you need to do extra work, you need to get training, but I see potential, I want to work with you. So I did a lot of training, but like one of my extra jobs, he was the director.
Yo, Carlton was directing shit.
And I met Tia and Tamara. They were on the show that he was directing. It was a pilot for something though. But he was harsh. But maybe it was just hot, you know. It get hot and niggas get all bothered, you know what I'm saying? I know I'd be in a bad mood when it gets too hot. I don't know about y'all.
Yeah, I mean,
He said he was harsh.
But maybe it
Happy
was
go
just
lucky
too hot.
Carlton.
He was just like, we're in the heat, and he's just like, over there. You know, no, Scoot, I didn't say that. Like, he was just very demanding. But, I mean, film hours are demanding, so we just going to give him a little bit of pass right now.
Bro.
But it was cool meeting all those people, because I'm like, I grew up watching you. Like, you're a real person. I'm an actor. I've been an actor for years, but you're a real person.
Yeah, man.
Whoa.
They're technically our peers. We just ain't where they at yet.
Technically, and I know people way more above me that are still my peers, and I don't feel that way around. But when you grow up,
Yeah.
like looking up to and watching, and still like on my lunch breaks, I still throw on a Fresh Prince. I throw on some Martin.
Say, yo,
you know what I'm saying? So it sticks with you.
And that was the freaking power of television for the longest, man. There was that big divide back in the day between movie and theater. I mean, theater, TV. Some people just didn't do film. Some people just didn't do TV.
and if you did movies and went back to TV, it was like you
A
get
demotion.
the for something. I'm like, but we're all doing the same. Acting is acting.
Right. Well, I mean, it's different now. I'm glad. But what got you in consulting? Because I saw that's a new venture that you've been doing the past few months.
All right, I want to help people, and I know Lance Nichols does some career consulting. I was like, okay, but he charged a little more than I was willing to spend in the beginning. I was willing to spend hundreds on headshots.
He also made me cry in a previous episode.
What?
Shouts out to Uncle Lance. Yeah, he was out
Lance.
third or fourth guest, but yeah.
It was rare. You just got to.
He'll get you. I can talk to him for 30 minutes and I'll end up crying. Like,
So you saying the way he kind of gave you the blueprint to it, how you want to play it, or what?
No, I didn't go to him. I should have. I spent all that money on headshots and other crap, but didn't spend that much money on. It was just like maybe $70, $80. Like, but now it's like, okay. No, it's not. It shot up. I mean, just with the times and people's career and success, like, you have to charge what your value is. But right now, I'm just trying to charge to get by for, like, you know, a little something. Some us artists got to eat, but it's mostly just to help people. So I don't charge half of that. So, hello, if you want to get into acting, I can help you with my firsthand experience and guide you the right way.
Some questions that some of your people have come at you about, like some of those common.
They're like, how do I get my first audition? I'm like, you submit yourself. You become your own agent. And eventually, well, until you get an agent to represent you, then you don't have to. You can submit yourself on the side, but it's not a full-time thing. Right now, if you're your own agent, you got to constantly be checking and submitting yourself on the proper websites.
Shout out to Actors Access.
Actors Access. Yes, shout out to that. My casting file will help you with getting on set, seeing what it's like, watching actors do what they do, seeing it's not all peaches and cream all the time. It's a lot of, you know, we'll need you now. We need you now, right now. We need it now. How long for hair and makeup? Okay, we got 3 minutes. Okay, we got to get in the van. We got to get to the set. And then you get to set and it's like, okay.
Wait. Hurry up and wait.
You wait for like an hour maybe.
Even more.
Okay, we're about to set up this shot. You go sit over here for a second.
And then they put you in your trailer for like 4 more hours. And you're like, what is life?
Okay.
What am I doing? What is this?
Because everybody want to be famous, they be feeling like. And it's not about being famous. It's really about committing to a journey, almost like a lifestyle change.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the because what you're speaking of, you're not even truly in the game until you get an agent. But there's this whole world before you get an agent that you got to work and do your dues. And if you're not about doing those, then you shouldn't even be trying.
I just pictured Super Mario like jumping on different worlds. I'm like, okay, next level. Okay, next level.
No, that's funny you said. I just had this conversation the other day with somebody about how I was kind of frustrated and realizing that, like, you know how Grand Theft Auto, they call those open world games because you could just go wherever you want. And, you know, Mario's level by level. And I was like, dude, you think this game is open world, but it's Mario than a motherfucker. You gotta go level to level to level to level and beat the boss. You feel me? And sometimes you gotta leave where you are to get to the next boss because there's other things required of you when it's time to really grow to the next phase. But if you don't put your time in on the first board jumping over these motherfuckers and dong, then you gotta be patient. You gotta actually do it.
Yeah, people are like, can you put me on now? Like, you think you could get me an audition on that show? You on Queen Sugar? You was on 2 episodes, man. Like, you could get me on. I'm like, who do you think I am?
Dude.
I don't have that kind of power. I really don't.
You need to go find a producer friend. Most times, actors can't put actors on. That is this weird.
Unless they're
producers. People have this thought process that if you're on, you can put somebody on. One of my partners told me, like, why one of my friends asked to keep coming at my neck, saying, man, Bass ain't putting you in none of the movies he in.
Man,
how the fuck I'm gonna do that?
It's a myth.
No, we are hired. Look at it like a straight up job, dude. I cannot hire someone. You have to audition. You have to put in.
Auditioning is your job. Soon as you walk in that room, like soon as you walk in the building, you better be damn focused. You can talk to people all you need to, but like I need you to get back focused before you get in that audition room. Then once you do, the audition starts. From the moment you open the door and they see your face, it starts. Sometimes they cast you just because they like you.
Yep.
You might have did the role terribly, but they really fuck with your personality.
Yep, because they feel like they thinking, I got to spend this many hours with this person in the future. Is this the type of person? Some people who are amazing will not get cast because that director and producer felt like they wouldn't want to be in the trenches with this particular personality for a long time.
Shonda Rhimes is known to do a no asshole test. To where she sits and talks to the person and tries to figure out, is there something that I need to see before I cast you in Grey's Anatomy, because Grey's Anatomy had been on for 172 years. So I'm going to have to spend a lot of time with this person. Oh, this is not an asshole. Now I can cast you.
Because you got to remember, we are human beings. So a lot of times we get in front of ourselves. What you talking about? Whether you're thinking about casting directors, whether you think about agents, whether you think about directors. Remember, they're human, and if they're gonna come with their own prejudices, their own bullshit, and everything else. So
yeah.
And then audition. But I like what you just said. Your job is to audition. You audition for. That's what being a professional actor really is.
Professional auditioner.
You're a professional auditioner, and if you get booked, that was lagniappe. That was damn. I had a good day at work today.
And once you get started, you'll realize why actors don't respond super excited most of the time. And you're like, so what's next? Or what did you audition for? It's like, I most of the time don't even know what I auditioned for. And what's next? Are you serious? I just did something. I did it. Go look at it again. And again.
Keep looking at it.
Feel free.
Oh man. And that's a frustrating thing about this. It's almost tragic in a way. Whereas no matter how much you do, people only judge your worth based on what you're about to do next.
It's like what you did didn't even exist.
To a degree, it does, but it don't until a certain point. But then, if you're not keeping it fresh, then that shit don't count.
If you're not consistent with anything, does it count? If you're not consistently booking, it's been 5 years since you booked.
What's so sucky that that's not in our control whatsoever.
And so lovely that that's not us right now. Thank you, Jesus.
It's up in peaks and valleys, Lord. Peaks and valleys. What's a role that you wish you could play, though, if they don't give you opportunity?
I want to play an assassin.
Straight up.
Oh, I told you that years ago.
Yeah, man.
Do you remember that? I was like, because I'd be cute and innocent looking and no one would think it's me.
I think you would be an amazing assassin role. I mean, didn't you do that, some version of that in your 4
Hang out with Gumbo Monster for a little while. It'll pop up.
Oh, I have. I legit ran up a wall for that 48-hour film with the... I was kind of like an assassin, yeah. Me and my husband were assassins, but then he did something behind my back. And so my mission was to kill him.
Damn.
So yeah, I became an assassin against my own husband. And like at this fight scene with this dude your size, Lauren, super tall and strong, and I like ran up a wall and I didn't think I could, and then I kicked him, and I was like, okay, I can do this.
Yeah.
I just need a chance. So I started taking like little fight lessons and other stuff I put on my resume now, because one day, man.
We've had previous guests speak on this about how the importance of acquiring skills. And like what you said, getting a fighting skill in your repertoire. So if someone was to ever ask you, can you do this? Well, yeah, I have this experience with fight choreography. Or yes, I can flip on a wall, you feel me? Because I've done this. Because you're going to be playing these human beings that have these experiences. So if you've had them as well in real life, it's only going to help your chances.
Yeah, you want as many skills as you can get on that resume. And you want that resume attached to your headshot. Please don't staple it. There's a way.
There's definitely
people still doing that?
Yeah.
Yo.
I did that for a long time, for years. Had no idea that I looked so amateur, and it's probably why I wasn't booking as much. Things I teach in my career consulting at TRINA LaFargue on Instagram.
Come on.
Hello.
Throw it out there.
If you got skills, if you've been semi-good at something, write that shit down. Put it on your resume. I mean, I'm decent at roller skating, right? We've all went to like airline or something for a party growing up, and learn to roller skate. I put that shit on my resume. I got a roller skating role for like this top roller skater in the 80s who did all these tricks, but had no idea that all of that was entailed in the role.
Yeah.
But with me getting the audition and killing the callbacks, they took me anyway.
Yeah.
They cheated it. They made it work. I learned how to skate backwards for them. That's all I could learn within that amount of time frame. But yeah, they cheated a lot. They had someone else come in. There are ways around it. So if you can do something semi-good.
There's two things that I want y'all to take from that story. One, if you're gonna put a skill set on your resume, at least be able to do the basic of it.
Yes.
Because if it's something that you have no idea how to do, they will at some point pull that acidic, pull that card.
Like, don't put you can ride a unicycle, guys.
Right, and there's no way that you can get your ass up on one. You feel me? And two, because you lucked up, because some people will not give you the job.
Yep.
if you put that skill there and you can't do that.
But it's
skill.
a good
Really?
chance. It's a good chance. Like, you can see my acting and get one over. If there's a chance of that, I might take it.
And I think this is the theme of this whole game of it's always a gamble. You feel me? Because that's the thing. What you just said, will and has worked. What I just said, will and has not worked. You feel me? Like it can go either way. Are you a risk taker? And did you don't? But I'm just saying, put yourself in the type of water. Because like roller skates, like you said, let's say that's a bad one for me. Cause I'm good at skating. But what's something I'm okay at? I'm okay at basketball. You feel me? I'm good enough at basketball that I would put it down there. I never played motherfucking polo. I would not ever put polo on there.
Your mind really went to polo out of.
Because I know I can't do that. I've never done it, and I
Not
wouldn't
golf.
put.
He went to polo.
I mean, I've held a golf club before. I might could get away with golf. I know I can't get away with polo, and that's what I'm saying. Put something that you could get away with at the very least.
Little tiger.
Cricket.
Okay.
You play cricket?
I've played cricket once before. And bocce.
It's cricket playing motherfucker. You got a question, sir? Cricket playing motherfucker.
What
He
is
said
the
cricket.
most? Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Go do it.
I'll do it.
What is the most challenging role that you have gotten so far? And it could be just trying to connect with the character, or in a situation where you're uncomfortable in the setting to a point where you're like, okay, I have to power through this. So either way. Ooh, you look like you got one on your mind.
At first I was like, but no, but I powered through it, so that's why I wasn't thinking of it at first. But no, it was extremely uncomfortable. First of all, when you're outside with the film crew, you might have a tent to help you with weather, but most of the time, you're struggling. You stand in your trailer until you have to come out if the weather's bad. Well, it was freezing and drizzling constantly where I was. It was muddy. I'm in Daisy Dukes in a tied up shirt. Yeah, it was for a film called My Father Died. It was entered into a lot of film festivals. It had a pretty good rating. It was really good, very gory. So be on the lookout for that.
Fun.
Yeah, brace yourself if you're about to watch My Father Die. But yeah, I played young Nana. I'm playing you play someone younger in the old days, and then they switch to real time, and then the color starts and the person's grown. Well, yeah, I was playing a younger version of the main character, and I had to have sex in a cabin, a very dirty, dusty, nasty cabin that was in the middle of this rain, and we had to pretend, obviously. And so I had on 4 pairs of panties and a jean skirt that they put on me later to help the sex scene go easily, because I was not taking all that off. It was very uncomfortable. I had to get
sex scenes are always awkward.
Uncomfortable.
They're never or hardly ever, unless the two people are dating, they're hardly ever as steamy and passionate as we make them look.
Yeah.
They're so freaking technical.
Hell no. It's really good acting, y'all. If y'all believe it, it's good acting. But yeah, I had to get carried to the cabin because it was so muddy. And yeah, he had on a fake, I don't know what you call it. What do you call those things? Those straps with the cloth? And it covers yourself.
Yeah, that's one of the nicknames, cocksock. It's called something else. I remember when I had to do a neck that run the scene, and Lawrence always fuck with me about being naked. They just gave me a sock.
A regular sock?
They gave me a sock,
a foot sock?
Nigga, they gave me a sock. They put that on you. Because truthfully, dog, since it was a French director, he wanted me to just ride out here. And I'm like, this is my first movie, man. I want my grandma to be able to see this, man. I might be swinging no, I'm not about to have my dick out. You get my ass out.
You don't know what you can see from the back, first of all.
Hey, man, look.
Second of all, did you smell the sock?
Man, no, it was new. They bought it new.
Okay.
It was like a church sock or some shit. It was some weird shit. Put your shit in here and hold it. And cause the thing is, what got me was they kept saying,
the frill around the
"Oh, I'd have been fucked up." But because they kept on calling it this official term. So I'm thinking I'm about to get something official.
Codpiece.
It wasn't even that. They didn't even say that. It was something else that they called it. And when they gave me this sock, I was like, this is all? But the time I had to do a sex scene, they gave me the whole thing, the contraption that you're talking about. Yeah. I still don't know the name.
Because they showed his butt. They showed the guy's butt, but they didn't show his front. So they had to cover his front because it was, close to me. But his name is Oh damn, Chester Rushing. He was on Stranger Things and other things since then. Like he's been taken off, but he made me very comfortable. He made me laugh the entire time.
And that's the magic.
Between the cuts,
you
obviously.
got to.
Because without the laughs, it's like, okay,
It's weird.
You're laying between my legs. You're kind of naked. There's cameras everywhere.
We
My
just
dad-
met.
My
We
dad
just met.
My dad's watching the monitor.
Your pops was there.
He's watching the monitor while we're filming the sex scene.
No,
Talk about most epically uncomfortable.
That's
Epically.
No.
Ooh. You a trooper, baby.
I think I win. If y'all ask every actor, like
That was you won so far.
Stay home, mama.
She
Stay
won
home.
Wildest Story for the joint. But I'm
There
gonna
we
ask
go.
you this: how do you feel about nudity as a woman in the game?
I've been asked about that for auditions and I've turned them down. Like they had this huge role for this stripper. It was a show about strippers, and I loved
know
her.
what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I had a callback for that. Lance Nichols was just talking about that show.
Oh, you talking about Peter Hamlin?
Yeah.
We're not gonna mention the name of that.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut that part
That's
out.
sinful
That show.
stuff.
It's still casting. It just cast somebody big. It just cast somebody big on there. I forget who. But continue.
Okay, now I want an audition.
See, but the character was really good. I really connected with her. I was like, ooh, she seemed like a Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio. Like I was really feeling her. But when I seen that, I was like, I can't. And it took me a few days to like tell my agent to decline the audition. RIP audition. But I was like, okay, I can't do that right now. I don't want to be known as that. I'm not there yet to be known for this role. I mean, did Halle Berry ever shake back from Monsters Ball? Or do we all think of Monsters Ball when we think of Halle Berry? And she's Halle Berry.
But this is what I'm gonna give this
Not
to you.
Holly Bailey.
No. Halle Berry.
Not Halle
But no, I'm gonna give this to
Bailey.
you. I'm gonna give this to you. She could do that at that point in her career to me.
Right.
You feel me? Because I don't think about the sex scene. I think about Halle Berry because to me, Halle Berry was so big before she showed her titties. That I think about Halle Berry.
Just
but,
in general.
But I get what you're saying. You're
And
not
not the song.
Halle Berry yet.
Right.
So you showing your titties early, they're going to be thinking about them titties.
Exactly. And that's what they're going to see. Oh, the girl who played the stripper? Oh, we know what she looks like. And then again, do I really want everyone on the street knowing my body looks like? Maybe in the future. But right now...
On Game of Thrones, they were showing them titties. Dan Nara showed
Maybe she there. But I ain't there yet.
No, she
but I'm going to
wasn't
get there.
I'm gonna say this
but I ain't there.
as devil's advocate. She wasn't known when she showed them titties on Game of Thrones. It's funny you ain't never seen them titties again by season 3 though. By season 3, Daddy wasn't showing no more titties. She said too big to be showing these titties. She got them early when I wasn't nobody, motherfuckers. But
now
but
somebody.
whenever-
Covering them up.
Work for it.
But I'm of the belief of what you're saying. Whenever someone brings it up, because like I showed my ass on that film, and my ass is still like my ass is on websites. I'm a man. My
Right
ass
by
is,
that tree in the park.
no, my nigga, like you can do them websites that take out clips specifically finding nudity in every film. My ass is on a couple of those sites right now. If you Google Martin
wanna
Best Bradford's
say it.
ass,
Let's
you can find
say
my
it.
ass. It's crazy.
Shout out to Mr. Bats. As I always say, he'll always give you a great performance, especially in the end. Now,
This motherfucker. but I am totally comfortable. I don't care if my ass is out. I'm mooning you right now. But as I know when it comes to women, it's different about how, you know what I mean, just generally speaking, when it comes to your bodies, that's its own topic. And like, you know what I mean, sometimes they'll coerce actresses early to be nude, then they nude on that scene. Now their titties are on the internet forever for a film or TV role that didn't even break their
and
careers.
I talked to you about this when I said there was, I think a couple of years ago, when Seth MacFarlane hosted the Oscars, he did this wild song and dance and picked people out in the crowd. The song was called "We Saw Your Boobs."
Yeah.
And he would go, Gwyneth Paltrow, we saw your boobs in this movie. And Jennifer Lawrence, we saw your boobs in this one.
Wow.
We saw, and he got on Kate Winslet and just like went, this one, and 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 this one.
And there are women that are absolutely like how I feel about my ass as they feel about their titties,
Yeah.
and that's fine if that's your cake. But I think go back to earlier, do what you can handle. Don't feel pressure to do something that you really aren't comfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
You comfortable with showing them titties, that ass, that dick, them balls, all that.
Whoa.
Ride that wave. You feel me? Because your agent,
Ride it.
your agent works for you. Because like my agent, my Georgia agent asked me, "Do you do Tyler Perry?" And it was like they asked me that earnestly because they have a whole bunch of people in their agency that
Don't
don't
fuck
do
with
Tyler
it,
Perry.
yeah.
Tyler Perry is his own genre that some of their clients say don't ask me for none. So they ask me, do I do Tyler Perry? They ask me, do you do gay roles? Ain't no judgment. They just want to know what to not waste their time on. So if you let them know early, I don't do nudity. It's not like you're going to now lose your agent or you're kicked out of the game because you ain't trying to do nudity. No, it's just about knowing your boundaries, setting them early, and riding with what comes with it.
Because you will piss them royally off if they've said, yeah, I'm good with everything, then they put you in a gay naked role. And you're like, no, I don't want to do that. And it's like, the motherfucker, why didn't you tell us this in the first place? Now we have to go back and be like, no.
Decline.
I mean, everybody ain't gonna have that Will Smith situation where he was able to get a body double for 6 degrees. That's not that was he lucked up. That's not the way the game goes.
He Will Smith.
That's not
Yeah, man.
He just will.
If there's something about the game you could change. Oh no! Before I even ask that question, as a woman, what's some things from a woman's perspective you wish could change, even how long you've been in so far with what you're offered?
With the roles that I'm offered to come in and audition for.
Yeah.
As a woman.
Because oftentimes there's a saying in the game that the roles get better for men the older we get, and they get smaller or lesser for women the older you guys get. And I find that, I feel like since the conversation about women in Hollywood is happening now, that's changing.
Do y'all hear this? Bass think I'm old enough to ask me this question.
I don't think you're old
I've
enough.
been in the same age range with these people forever. I am still in high school to them.
No, I'm not saying that you're old enough. Like you about to start losing out on roles and shit. I'm saying the depth of roles. Like as a dude, I would probably get offered more lead roles than you will, just being a girl and being a woman in the game. Because the power structure of many of the stories for the longest have been male protagonists. You this pretty chick I gotta save.
Yeah, I'm tired of being cute girl, pretty girl.
See, I'm more than sure that has to
one.
be frustrating.
It's very frustrating. I'm called something like off my looks. Like who wants to be called like fit guy or fat guy? Like you know what I mean? Like it's just like
and they do.
I'm a guy. Like just you don't even have to give me a name. Just give me something nicer. But yeah, that's annoying. Other than that, like, I don't know. It's just really weird being this tiny woman looking up at all these huge men on set. And I'm like, where are the women? Like, where are our working women? You might have a few of them, but a lot of film sets, there are not as many women, and it drives me crazy. So when I see Ava DuVernay, I get all inspired and whatnot, and Lena Waithe and everyone. So that's a good feeling that we have, like, some people coming up to inspire us, to see ourselves as.
That would be cool as fuck if it was like, you know how Beyonce has her all-woman band. If like there was this Ava DuVernay kind of does that with Queen Sugar, where it's mostly female directors on Queen Sugar.
It is mostly female directors.
But like, what if like it was an all-woman set? You'd be all women on camera, DP, woman grips. You know how trippy that shit would be? Like, I would be like, yo, there's women everywhere doing all this shit, yo.
I would probably jump out my body with excitement. That would be amazing.
Bruh.
I mean, and that's the fun. Well, just personally, things need to get more diversified. Because just speaking from somebody who is on the tail end of like 4 years in the airline business, the majority of people who are in the cockpit, old white men. They're old white men who used to be in the Air Force. So one day I opened the door and I was like, all the in-flight people are black. And the first officer is black. And the captain is a black woman.
Hey!
And for some strange reason, tears welled up in my eyes. And I heard the change gonna come in the back of my head. I was like, oh my God.
The closest I've come to that is going on a set and it being a black hair and makeup.
Because that's a thing.
Dude, it's really rare to get black hair and makeup.
And unfortunately, that's where the hashtag for our show essentially came from. Because a lot of, and let's speak about this, as a black woman, do you feel like you coming on set, do you feel like you need to make up your hair? Because a lot of people say, oh, you're supposed to come clean face, but
most black actresses I know come already together because they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I mean, we do that anyway. We go anywhere and we look good. We get together for stuff. Like, we go to Walmart, we looking good. But anyway, other than that, like, I have a problem with the hair thing because they'll tell me to come with it a certain way. Then you have to take a million pictures, get it approved, take a million more pictures, try this, try that. Then like, oh, we'll just leave it. Like I was on the set recently, not gonna say which one, but my hair got frizzy. I mean, I was waiting for 4 hours in my trailer and through lunch because I was supposed to shoot early that morning, but we didn't. So it got frizzy. They didn't know what to do with it because they asked me to come with it that way, which was just naturally curly.
Right.
Just a little leave-in. Just washed it, let it go. That's all I did. It's looking good. After lunch,
Speaking, that's
I was
Japanese
a
to
poodle.
some of them. That's Jap. What you just said, leave-in. Okay, whatever.
Leave-in conditioner, people.
I'm talking to some of them white hairstylists.
They don't understand it. They're like, oh, do you use oil? And I'm like, sometimes that's not okay.
And that's not a diss to y'all. It's just unfortunate that in a game with so much money, we see how much money is getting spent on all these things that black actors can't be served. Because dude, when some of them white actors walk up in them hair and makeup, they just look like they rolled out of bed.
Wash
Said,
your
do
face,
me.
make sure your hair and make sure everything is
Bruh.
clean. Just bring your ass in.
And they know what every piece of everything to do for that white actor.
Yep.
And there's no reason why any actor of color shouldn't have the same feeling if I go here and I can trust that you know what you're doing. The only time I ever got a lining was when I had a black barbers. The only time I ever got normally when I go on set,
Wow.
they don't be thinking about giving me a lining because it's not even the concept. You feel me?
Right.
It's interesting to hear it. And I'm a guy, so I only can imagine what it's like for the women.
Oh, it's terrible because I'm sitting there looking like a poodle. And I'm like, okay, lady, you got to have something in that bag or in that trailer that could help me out.
Like, Moose is not going to help me.
And makeup too, I hear about y'all having problems with getting your proper tone and such. Sometimes it's too white or too whatever.
Yeah, I usually don't have a problem with makeup. I don't know why. I guess I'm just lucky to have the skin tone when it comes to film. With my racially ambiguous ass. Yeah, but which is good because like a lot of people are leaning towards racially ambiguous roles and more minorities coming in, and they want more black people. They want more,
in all our
brown
shades.
people. Period.
In
All our
shades.
different shades. They want us. I've gotten cast for a lot of stuff that was supposed to be, dark skin or white, and they went with me, and it was like, okay, that's why you can't really let that bother you too much before you go on an audition.
You gotta give them you.
Just give them you.
My last role, my character's name was Heath Hofstadter.
What?
I know that was not supposed to be a black guy.
Heath
Hofstadter. Heath Hofstadter. What black person knows last name is Hofstadter? Hofstadter.
You have to say it in an accent
You
for it
got
to
to.
sound
That's
good.
all
Hofstadter.
Like that's a name that you say and you know immediately if you need to brush your teeth.
Oh.
Heath Hofstadter. Okay. Would you like an Altoid? Would you like, what's your name? Heath. Ow! Jesus.
Heath.
Well, I don't have no eyebrows no more. Thanks for that. Like brushing your teeth.
That goes for girls too, because it'll sweat right off your face.
So I'm gonna wrap up my last question before I give you to our BlackActorPedia to hit you with the last round of quick hits. What keeps you inspired?
You look at me like that.
Are you the hitter guy?
Yeah.
Oh, you might
That's
do
why I
some
looked
quick
at
hits.
you like
No,
that.
I'm not actually gonna hit you, Jesus.
Because there's so many ways that you can be like discouraged. So what keeps you on a positive tip of pushing? What keeps it, that little fire lit?
Honestly, looking back, even when I only had one or two things on my resume, just my like plays from high school, just looking back and being like, they wanted me, like visiting that moment and being like, okay, you wanted this for a while before it started happening, before you got your play, before you got in your first show, before you were an extra, before anything from film got connected to you. You thought about it first, and you thought about how much you wanted it, and you found out what to do as you went along. So it's like, I think back at those moments. I'm like, I was powerful enough to make these things happen. Mm-hmm. And I should be, gratitude will take you far. And I always write down like 3 things I'm grateful for in the morning, 3 things I'm proud of myself for, and 3 things I forgive myself for. I do that every morning at work, my coffee. And I just think about like each time I get to the grateful part, I'm thinking about my career for the most part. Because it's like, I'm doing stuff I never thought I could. I mean, it was like, okay, yeah, maybe, but I'm going to still go for it, you know?
Right.
And the more I believe in myself, the more things I book and the bigger they get. So
that manifest that shit.
think about, even if you haven't booked anything, just think about something you've overcame or done and use that because you made that happen and you can make this happen too.
And also remember that Mark Ruffalo had 600 rejections before he booked once. And this is Mark Ruffalo.
Also,
award-winning actor that he persevered through. If you can go through 600 rejections, you can go through a few. You goddamn self.
Just watched the Netflix movie with him today. It's called Zodiac. If y'all haven't seen it, it's really
classic.
good.
That man is classic. It's
Yes.
long as fuck. I'm gonna let y'all know that.
I was
It's
at work,
classic.
so it was cool.
Yeah, well, before I get to you just made me think of one other question. I'm sorry. You hit that red carpet, motherfucker.
Oh shit.
That is every actor's dream, son. Like that's part of it, to be interviewed by the motherfuckers, to be on that carpet, to be all dolled up and all that. Tell me about that experience, man.
I didn't know so many people had my back, and if it wasn't for the help of so many people, I don't know if I could have made it because it was in such short notice. It was like 2 days before, and I was like, I don't know what to do.
It was in LA, right?
Yeah, it was in Los Angeles, and I'm here in New Orleans, and I'm like, okay, how am I gonna get there? I have this much saved. I just spent a whole bunch of money on other actor shit. Like, how am I going to make this work? So I started calling people, trying to get connections out there. Who lives out there? People were like, oh, Nicole lives out there. And I'm like, oh, yeah. And like, oh, Angel lives out there. So I just used my connections, and I started going online. And I was like, I think I'm going to ask for help. Like, I wonder, like, if anybody would donate to help me. And I don't know where the idea came from. Like, it's beyond me. I still wonder. But I got so much help. So I was like, okay. Instagram is cash apping me a lot. A lot of people are reaching out to me and they're telling me they had my back from the beginning and they're watching. People I never thought.
You never know who watching.
Like,
man.
I mean, people from when I was a kid, family, people that I never spoke to in elementary school. You never, like, realize how many people you're actually connected with and people who are watching you that you don't really know that well. So I took it to Facebook and made even more. And, like, that plus the savings I had equaled my LA trip.
Word.
I came back broke and glorious.
It felt
like,
tell me the feeling. You're on the carpet. They're asking you questions.
I was prepped by my publicist.
Publicist bitch.
I got a publicist just for the 5 Feet Apart film. Not for good, but like just for that project in general. So for that day, that night, and a few days after with interviews. So he was like, okay, I need you to look at this person. This is the person, who's going to take the best Getty photos. This is the person who you want to talk to. Like, I'm going to make sure this happens. So I'm being coached. So I'm kind of just sitting in the backseat of my own mind watching myself do stuff. Like, talk. I'm like, wow, it's all coming out so smoothly. What the hell? I know everything. I know how to answer all of these questions. Like, this feels amazing. And so, like,
you've had this daydream previously so many times. That's why your body went on autopilot. I think it's every actor.
I was just chilling in the backseat like, well, I ain't got no control now.
Boom.
We just gonna ride with it.
You know what I mean?
So by the time I got in the theater, it all hit me. And I was like, I'm sitting next to Justin Bell. What? Okay, cool. Just watch the movie. And the whole time I'm trying not to mess up my makeup. Because, it's like, it's a heart-gushing movie. There are a lot of funny moments, but it'll get you crying easily. And by the end of it, we went to the after party. The whole thing just feels like the most realistic dream I could have. It's like, it just felt so magical and whimsical. But I know it was real. Like, I was there and I experienced it, and it's crazy. Like, each time people were like, you on the red carpet? I'm like,
yeah, man.
I was. And someone asked me for my autograph on the way out of the after party. And it's just like, people wanted me to write down my name for them. That's just crazy. But, like, in the whole time in the video, someone taking while I'm signing it, I'm like, oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm rapping New Orleans, y'all. Yeah. I'm like, thank you. Yeah, no, it was a lovely movie. I agree. Yeah. Instead of just saying thank you and, like, being myself. I'm looking at I still have the video. I'm like, what the fuck?
Man.
Who is that girl? Who are you? And I got in the Uber after, and I was like, did that just happen? That just happened. And the guy driving the Uber was like, yeah, man.
You're
like, oh, shit.
I know who that girl was. That's the girl that don't do more than 5 takes in her audition.
There
we go. Hell no, hit her with it.
All right.
One-liners.
So, of course, every single solitary time, we end every interview with a questionnaire that was cultivated by Bernard Pivot, but used pretty accurately.
I'm scared.
pretty new by James Lipton of Inside the Actor Studio.
You ever watched Inside the Actor Studio?
No.
Okay, well, I don't have no reference point for you then.
Oh, God damn it.
Just ride the wave, sis. Ride the wave. Okay, what is your favorite
Don't.
Let's go.
The favorites.
Let's go.
Yeah.
If anybody knows me, you know that favorites, choosing a favorite for anything is very challenging for me. So thanks a lot.
Welcome to the
Ladies,
chat.
Let's get it.
Welcome to the chat.
What's the question?
What
What's
is
the
your
question?
favorite word?
My favorite word?
Yes.
Like.
No, you're good. You're good.
I just realized that today.
What is your least favorite word?
No. I want she. What was her favorite word?
I don't know. I don't mean for it to be my favorite, but I don't like choosing favorites. So I'm gonna say something that people point out to me. I say a lot. They're like, "You sound like a white girl I'm like." So I'm like, look, like you don't know what my life is. You don't know what I did earlier today. You don't know what I've been through. Like, chill. Like, you know what I'm saying?
We'll take it.
She
All
said it
right.
like
Yes.
5 times.
Yes.
We'll take
And I
it.
said it once. There you go. What is your least favorite word?
Vagina.
Why?
It's so awkward. Anybody just be like, "Ooh, girl, give me that vagina." Like, no one does that. Like, it's awkward when your fucking OBGYN tells you, "Yeah, well, your vagina." I'm like, look, I have a flower, ma'am. Thank you very much.
And even when you're dirty talking, you can be like, yeah.
Ooh.
Whose vagina is it?
Whose vagina is it? Who vagina is it?
It's my obstetrician, obviously.
I asked my Filipino friend. I was like, I was learning how to say certain things. I was like, how do you say vagina? How do your parents say vagina? Because his parents are in the medical field. He was like, they just say vagina. I'm like, in the Philippines? He was like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
It's just a word.
My
one of
personal
those.
favorite is yoni.
I like the yoni.
Yeah, like
Yoni.
it's a Sanskrit word.
It feels
But
so spiritual.
Personally, I'm a fan of that episode of the L Word where they just talk about different euphemisms for vagina, and along with yoni is the panty hamster. Anyway,
Huh?
panty hamster.
I don't
Huh?
like that one.
And so-
Panty hamster.
or the pink velvet sausage wallet.
Wow.
Ooh.
Wow.
Can we just keep it old school and say taco or gato?
Wow.
Cat. You know? Vagina's awkward.
Okay. What is something that you cannot live without?
Oops. Well, maybe I should say it since he came to mind. The love of my life. His name is Zorro. He's 4 pounds. He's black and white, and he has the cutest nose in the world. It's my dog. I don't know what he's gonna do once I die. I think I'm just gonna pass out and not wake up. That's what I literally feel like is gonna happen.
It was a dog. I was like, that is a very small dude.
No, but seriously, like if I look back on my life as an elderly woman, and I'm like, I didn't go after my dream. I didn't believe in myself to do what I wanted to do. That would kill me. So I feel like I need that, because without that, it's like, what the hell am I doing? I'm just kind of existing, moving through the world, aging. That's not cool.
What sound or noise do you love?
This.
She is trying to crack her back.
I cracked it. You couldn't hear it.
If you can hear it as loud as it's so much, then you need to go find somebody.
I like
You a
the sound.
superhero if you freaking heard that.
It's just
Jesus.
so releasing when people like crack their back, especially because it goes up the vertebrae. It's like it's like I don't know. I feel it for
I've
him.
done once on a movie set. I thought he was trying to kill me.
What did he do? How did he do it?
He put me face down on this table and
Oh.
went literally up. He was a chiropractor, so he literally went up my spine.
He
Push it
pushed
down,
up.
crunch.
Yes.
It was like, ow,
You
what
need-
the hell?
You need me to walk on your back.
Oh.
That's what you need.
It's like, oh my God, that's amazing.
I
That's good.
Lawrence. I walk on my sister and my brother's back, and it does the same thing.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
I can't walk no more. What the hell?
I don't know if it's good for you.
I don't think it is. What sound or noise do you hate?
With sound, I hate hearing people chew. Like,
Oh, Jesus.
Like just chewing their food and the spit swishing around, like that drives me nuts. It's not the most glamorous thing.
Ooh, this is my personal favorite because I'm a 12-year-old child. What is your favorite curse word?
Fuck.
There we go.
Thank you.
Fuck.
6 U's.
It feels so good to say it.
My favorite.
It literally
Well, we
lets
all
out
know that's your
endorphins.
favorite.
You can
Mr.
use it in
Max.
so many ways. Fuck is the best.
Fuckity fuck, motherfucker. Like without the fuck, what is there?
What did-
Isn't she the first guest to say fuck?
I think
is the
it is
favorite.
first, yeah.
Yeah, she's the
What
first.
everybody else say?
Bitch.
Bitch?
Bitch gets a lot of love.
Oh.
Shit. Yep,
Yeah.
shit get
Oh
love.
shit.
But no. Thank you for being a woman after my own heart, and thank you. We're together in the fuckery. Fuckery.
Fuck that shit.
All types of fuckery. Now, I had to.
Thank you.
Literally just listened to y'all. What is your hype song to get into a scene or whatever? What is your hype song?
Well, it changes every few months.
What's the recent one?
Okay, honestly, it's not that hype, but it gets me hype because of the message. It's by Banks, Banks, and the name of it is, I think it's Fuck With Myself. There we go.
More of it. Thank you.
There you go.
And she's like, in the video, she's doing some really crazy shit to a mannequin of herself. But the song is really uplifting. It's like, I fuck with myself more than anybody else. And it's like,
And that's the way
it's saying her worth and her love, what her love is worth. But it's like, it's done in such a cool vibe. So check it out. You gonna feel me.
Self-love is a thing, folks. Do that.
A
self-love.
necessary thing for artists.
All day. Because these casting directors, man.
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
I want to be a singer, but I can't sing. Help.
I will put you in touch with somebody that I know.
I want to be a track star, but I ain't got no legs.
That's what it feels like. And people be like, you got legs, you could sing. Everybody could sing. Everybody got legs. Like, bitch, you ain't got no
I ain't got no
legs.
fucking legs.
I
ain't-
Stop
No
patronizing
legs.
me, damn it.
Y'all gonna be some funny old men. Funny.
I'm gonna
Please,
be cantankerous. I already know me one mean old
please
man.
still have a podcast when you're old.
That'd be cool.
What struggle job have you absolutely despised?
The fucking
Hated?
splat ball at the mall.
Wait, what? The what?
The splat ball at the mall.
What is the splat
I was
ball?
working
I'm
at the
afraid.
Riverwalk, and they have these little kiosks in the middle of the the mall, and they sell different things. Well, the thing I was selling, my product was splat balls. So it's these little rubber balls filled with water that you throw up, and then they splat on the ground, and they reform into a ball. And so I had to throw them all day, and people are just laughing like, "Oh, you enjoying them balls?" Or they're like, "You look like you're having fun." Ooh, I wish I had that job. Why are you being lazy? Why aren't you throwing the balls? Or like, throw me one, and then they run off. It's like, it was terrible. And I went from that to my position now where I have benefits and a salary, so I'm better now.
Splat
Hey, man.
ball at
Yeah.
the mall.
Yeah.
Salary.
Splat ball at the mall.
What black production or film at any time in any time period would you like to be a part of, and what part?
Holy shit.
You take anybody role.
Y'all should have prepared me for this one.
You can take
Y'all should
anybody
have gave
role.
me a little hint up on this one. Okay, y'all don't laugh at me though, okay? And it's only it's because, first of all, I have a problem choosing favorites. Second of all, this was my first monologue. I was too young. I had the wrong guidance. I told y'all I spent a lot of money on the wrong guidance. But yeah, I had a monologue. I was 17, 18 with the monologue for like a 32-year-old woman. It's from Diary of a Mad Black Woman by Tyler Perry.
Whoa.
And it's when she goes off on Charles after he's in a wheelchair, and she finally lets out all her pain from over the years of all the shit he put her through. And she like throws something at him, and then she leaves him there, and she's like, I'm gonna leave you here for a few days to think about what you've done. And it was just so dramatic and glorious to me that if I could go back and play that role, just because I was so obsessed with it in the past, I would.
So you'll take her role.
Yeah.
You wouldn't take no assassin role?
You know what? Salt was good.
Ooh, that'd be tight.
Salt would be dope.
Yo.
Salt would be dope, but just for nostalgic purposes, I chose that one. But yes, Salt.
That's one that's part of your childhood.
It's just part of me,
development,
yeah. But Salt, that's the dream.
Word.
Okay.
Or Wanted, Angelina and Wanted, something badass.
What actor, living or dead, would you like to work with? Doesn't matter.
Will Smith.
But there you go.
Uncle Will.
I mean, who doesn't say that? Do people say other people? Because
Yeah.
Will Smith is the shit. I mean,
I
there's
think
so many people though.
I think we've gotten a Richard Pryor. I think we've gotten a Lena Horne too.
Ooh,
Yep.
those
Lance
are
came with
good.
that one.
Okay,
Yeah.
Lance. All right, I see
With
you,
me,
Uncle
yeah.
Lance.
Ooh, and this is my personal favorite. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
What is this?
Okay.
What is this? What are you setting me up for? Cause you know.
What is that? Is that your answer? Because that would be hilarious.
I thought it was your answer. That's why I was joking. I was like, damn, that's her answer? What is this?
You got a good 20. Wait a
You
second.
let her little curly headed ass bounce up in here. She don't belong. No. Well, okay. I have like very spiritual beliefs, not very religious beliefs, but I was raised Catholic, so I can play along.
You know.
So I really think that he would be like, what?
It's the same difference.
The hell are you doing here?
Girl.
You got a smooth 20. Get your ass back on. It's like, I ain't playing this for
I feel like
a
we'd
while.
both be really surprised.
We both be surprised. It's like the Spider-Man. He pointed to Spider-Man like,
Like,
what?
what?
What's going on?
Yes, really.
And that's the end of the questions, woman.
I'm gonna be like, that's what you look like? He gonna be like, this where you ended up? It's gonna be simple as that.
Let's roll one. What up, God? Come on. You know you got the good shit.
You know you made it.
But that's the end of the questions, man. You survived.
Ooh, yay.
You know what I
Thank
mean?
God.
Telling people you have any upcoming projects that you can speak on.
Yeah, I have a Netflix film coming out. Name of it is Tall Girl. And I've been auditioning like crazy and working my ass off, so I'm sure I'll have a lot more to, expose. But for now, I'm just doing a lot of career consulting, auditioning. I'm getting my website up. So, people can
God, that's
get
another
things
thing I like,
online.
too.
I eventually want to do online career counseling sessions.
Word.
In case, I don't have time to meet up with everyone because I have certain time slots I have to fit all the time. So it'll be easier that way.
There you go.
So eventually we'll get a website up. For now, you can get me on Instagram. It's at TRINALAFARGUE.
And hear my girl about business.
Please,
Business.
just business.
Please.
No more dick pics. No more hi. No
'Cause
more.
I really respecting it that she put up a status recently
What's up?
saying, "Look, bruh, don't be in my. I'm not on these social medias for dating purposes. I'm not looking for my next love. If you're in my DMs, make it business or fall back."
For real, I'm not here to gloat. I'm here to show you guys that I'm doing what I've been wanting to do and that I can help you too. It's all business. It's for casting directors to see I'm somewhat relevant because they judge you off of social media now.
We've
But
had that
yeah,
conversation.
all business, please. Namaste.
Namaste.
And keep your ding-a-ling to yourself, please.
Yeah, man.
Does that ever work?
That's it. I'm not sure.
I don't get it. Now you might have me on a whole nother tangent. I don't know what's in these niggas' brains that make them believe that sending their penis.
I get a lot of white penis.
In any of these niggas, white niggas too, in y'all brains that think
Yeah.
sending your penis gonna make the girl go, you know what, that penis is so attractive that I think I should talk to this guy. He seems like an upstanding person. The fuck? Like, no pun.
I think
No pun.
You know what we say? If he sends you a dick pic,
You gotta send him one back. I advise that to all women. If you get sent dick pics, send dick pics back. Nigga don't
me
want to
show
see
you
your dick
mine.
back. Let me show you mine.
Oh shit, it's
Boom.
bigger than mine.
Just have a standard dick pic on standby to send these niggas, man.
Oh
You're
man,
me.
I gotta make sure it's my skin tone so I confuse them too.
No, make it darker.
We call it the re-dick challenge, bro, because it's ridiculous they doing this shit.
I gotta Google some dicks now.
Go Google them. They
I have
exist.
some in my library. It's ready to send back.
So y'all, we gotta get out of here, man. This was Acting Wild Black Take 6.
Yeah.
It's that actor guy, Martin Bass Bradford. You can find me at Martin Bass Bradford on Facebook, on IMDb. Like I said earlier, Google is very simple. Or hit me up at Mr. Bats on Instagram and all that. Spelling Mr. Out, you ain't gonna find me. And let me pass this mic on over because we about to get out here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're here.
Yes,
you're
I
a
am.
person.
Yes, I am. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr. I am Soulboy30. I need to get back on Tumblr. Learn.
All y'all gave up on it when the sex guy got going. I never was on Tumblr, but I just saw this huge contingent of friends of mine online pissed that they took the porn off.
Oh, so sad.
Is that what
rest in
Tumblr was
peace.
for?
Yeah,
It wasn't for it.
It was for
but-
wokeness, and it was for wokeness and naked.
I did not know that.
Naked wokeness.
It's a lot of people got their porn from Tumblr, and I
Yeah.
didn't even know it was a porn thing on Tumblr.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, now I'm sad. I never
All
experienced
over.
it.
Yeah, it's over now. It's apparently a
All
huge
over.
thing.
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, or Tumblr. I am Soulboy30. Check me out on Snapchat. That is LWeber584. You still have it. And it's just like it's me and Chris. That's the only motherfuckers.
I keep telling you, Chris is on Instagram now, yo.
See, no, he's still on Snapchat.
Oh, he does both?
Uh-huh.
You talking about our friend actor Christopher Robinson? Look him up.
Just don't want to see. I told him I'm gonna unfollow you if I see your junk one.
Chris
more
always
time.
naked. He been naked. Talk about modesty.
Stop it.
He's never gonna stop.
Put it away. Put it away. That's all I need you to do.
Which Nicole were you talking about in your
Put
story
it away.
in LA?
Collins.
Shouts out to Nicole. I figured you talking about
Yeah.
Nicole
Shout out to
Collins.
Nicole Collins. You the
dude,
realest.
We
She
all
is someone that helps. She's helped out a few
Oh, yeah.
of my friends at this point whenever they've had to go to LA and needed some place to
Shout out
crash.
to GU.
You feel me?
We graduated together, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we did graduate together. Class of 09.
Man, she got me my internship back in the day. But big ups to Nicole
Shit,
Collins,
shit,
man.
shit,
All
shit.
love to her, for real, for real.
Yeah, you can also find me on arrogantobserversrants.blogspot.com, where the cat is reading Raisin in the Sun by Lorraine Hansberry, but has also got Pose on the television behind him.
Shouts out to
because
Pose.
he has to catch up on Pose.
You know what I mean? And I advise everybody to catch up on Pose, including myself. We up out here, y'all.
Stay off book, folks.
Yeah.
Peace.
Book, folks.